is up, fellow Cybertronians? Welcome back to the Ian02 channel. My name is Ian, and today we are going to look at the Studio Series Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime. Finally, I have this on hand. We're gonna open it up and have a good look at it. Okay, so out of the box, we have Optimus Prime in his robot mode. He also comes with a blade and a blaster as weapons. You can take the blade and socket it behind his fist here, and for the blaster you can fold in his arm to get this peg and just peg on the blaster, and then you have Optimus Prime all geared up for battle. Articulation wise, this guy is pretty posable. His head is on a ball joint, you can move up and down, left and right. His shoulders can move up all around. The arm also have a swivel. It has a very big elbow joint, and his wrists also have a swivel. So everything you would expect from a Voyager class. He has a little bit of ab crunch, I guess you can get away with it. This bend is mainly for the transformation. You have waist rotation. The legs have a really good kick. Going forward, going back, not that much. It is being blocked by his butt flap. You have some thigh rotation, and you have pretty much a really good foot articulation. Knee joint about slightly more than 90 degrees. That's pretty much his articulation, enough for him to get into some really good looking poses. So for transformation, what we want to do is remove all his weapons. We'll start by folding in his arms. I'm going to open up his chest, pull out this middle panel all the way up, and flip in his head. Then we can close the chest back up. Next, what we want to do is untap the panel at the back, bend Optimus Prime, give him a rotation all the way around. Now we can start finishing up his arms. What you want to do is push the shoulders upwards, then rotate the entire thing backwards. Make sure you get this joint over here to rotate 90 degrees. Fold the arm up, twist the hands backwards and forward into this position. We can unfold all the panels, right? Then make sure everything gets pegged in. Lastly, fold down this panel, and you have one side of the cap done. So repeat this for the other hand. Shoulders up, flip the arms the other way around, flip out the panels, get everything to line up, and tap in. Okay, so once both arms are done, we can flip up these two gray panels. Now we want to make sure that they close together so that they will be aligned properly. There we go. Fold this down, and all that's left to do is fold up the front of the cap, we are done with the front section of the cab. So the next part will be to work on the legs. What we want to do for each leg is to flip this panel up, turn this backwards and inside the leg, flick in the foot, rotate it upwards. Do the same for the other side. Okay, so this is where we can store his blade. What you want to do is tap the blade into the leg over here, into his thigh, and make sure that this other end goes into that area. See that small gap there? And then we can peg the two legs together. Right, that is the storage for the blade. So the next thing we want to do is tap these two panels into the smokestacks. They have these holes over here, so just line them up properly. And last but not least is the storage for the blaster. What you want to do is just tab it into the port over here. One last thing I forgot to do, which was flip the wheels outwards. And last but not least, what you want to do is flip out the fuel tanks. And here we have Optimus Prime in his truck mode. You can roll, and yeah, that's about it. Alright, so where do I begin? I like this figure, I like it a lot, but to be honest, I feel like this is a very 7 out of 10 Optimus Prime. Although it's better than the mainline Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime that we got, but overall, I am a little bit disappointed with this figure. So let's start with the color scheme. I know that this is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee version, so I'm hoping that the official Studio Series version will have a much better color scheme, because this color scheme makes Optimus Prime look a bit plastic or too cheap. The amount of grey that you have on this guy is not looking good, and what I feel that there is just not enough paint on this guy to make him look even remotely close to what we see in the movie. I know this is the color scheme of the concept art, but I expect something better from the Studio Series line, as there is rarely any paint throughout the figure except for the abdomen area, and even then the paint quality is not good, and it feels like it kind of like blurs out the details of this figure. So yeah, the color is a bit disappointing. Hopefully there will be a mainline Studio Series version that will have a better color scheme. So that's one thing. The next thing I would say is that because if we compare this figure with the Studio Series 38 Optimus Prime, which we're gonna do a lot for this figure, we will kind of see that the Rise of the Beast version is a lot more skinnier. It's more lanky as compared to the Bumblebee version, which is a lot more wider. And the Rise of the Beast version really looks a lot more messy to me as compared to the Studio Series Bumblebee version. I do like the fact that they got rid of a lot of stuff that was wrong with, or I felt bad with this figure, but some of them, there are still a lot of other things that I feel like they made worse. So let's start off with the head. Yeah, the head is a lot smaller, and so the details of the face and the head kind of looks like it's all squashed together. It looks very messy, and I feel that the Bumblebee version is a lot neater in terms of the face sculpt. This guy looks like it has less detail than this guy, partially because this guy's head is a lot bigger. Right? Then we'll come to the shoulders. Now I'm glad that they got rid of these funny panels, folded up panels on this version, right? So these panels were here to allow Optimus Prime to stretch out his arms. However, their solution is not great because now the whole shoulder moves up together with the arm, which is really weird. Once I stretch out both of his arms, it looks like his shoulder is going to be squashing his head. Next off is the smokestacks. I think the smokestacks here are really huge compared to the Bumblebee version, and it feels like it's maybe a little bit too big, which brings us to the next portion, which is the hips. So the hips for this guy is kind of weird. It's very different from the Bumblebee version, and very different from any other Optimus Prime molds that we have, in a sense that if you look at how it is articulated, the leg rotates based on this point in front of his leg rather than the part that we will assume to actually join with the hip. And I don't know why they would need to make that change. I think this type of hip is perfectly fine. In this case, for the Rise of the Beast version, because the way that joint is made, the flaps in front of his leg will not move along with the thigh as we articulate it. And one thing that has come to be very annoying is that whenever I'm moving the leg forward, if this side flap is in a downwards position, every time I rotate the leg backwards, it's going to get caught in this gap over here, and it has caused this side panel to pop out a lot of times. So it has gotten very annoying. I'm really afraid that one day I'm just going to break those flaps. I would have much preferred what they have done for the Bumblebee figure. I really didn't see a need for them to change this, and because of this design, his leg can't go any further backwards, right? This is as much articulation you're gonna get for his leg to move backwards. But anyway, that's just me nitpicking. Everything else is fine, I guess. They have improved the design of the leg. The Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie has really horrible legs that will not tap in or stay tapped in together. So the new design taps in really well. It's really solid, nothing pops out. And yeah, for this at this point, yeah, it's really good that they fixed that. But we will see later that this comes at the cost of its vehicle mode. For its truck mode, I really do like the way the front of the cap is transformed. It's a lot more streamlined, easier to do compared to previous versions. And yeah, it looks really like jungle off-road version of the truck that we see in the movie, and I really like it. But the problem comes when we look at the back of the truck, because holy crap, what is all this? It makes no sense whatsoever. It does not look like this in the movie, and it does not even look like a truck from the back. Even from the side, it looks really, really horrible. I mean, this doesn't even look, it looks like Cybertronian junk, and with 4 wheels attached to it. It's really, really bad. I think this is the downside for the leg transformation. And while I do like how it worked for the robot mode, but here it is really horrible, and I don't think the payoff is worth it. So if we were to be a little bit more kinder on the robot mode, the truck mode is definitely inexcusable. It is really horrible. It's really bad, and it will probably never be displayed in the truck mode ever. Right, we're just gonna keep him in robot mode. So yeah, this is why I think that this figure is sort of a disappointment, but at the end of the day, it's still an Optimus Prime figure. I always do enjoy Optimus Prime, and it's also still much better than the tiny Rise of the Beast mainline figure that we got. Anyway, that is it for my review. This guy is a 7 out of 10. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment sections below. Like, comment, subscribe and all that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.